Hello, mortals! This is the Booktube Goddess, the #1 drag queen booktuber on YouTube, and this is a Get Ready With Me, where I put on drag makeup to film videos. Actually, something special today. But first, I am so sorry Cappuccino isn't here. Lynette is here, and Lori is here. I want to say I thank you both so much for being here. I'm always concerned that no one's going to show up, and your virtually smiling faces are much appreciated. And so I started, a minute early? But the reason is, I don't know if you remember last year, but I went in drag to the Las Vegas Book Festival to say hello to authors or whatever. Anyway, the same thing is happening today. So I was thinking of going to the book festival today to see what happens. So what am I doing? Okay, Mooney's here. Yay, Moonbook's here. Sandra's here. Good evening. And Cool Gamer's here. Yay. And I'm so glad people are here. And Cool Gamer, of course, I see in that writing sprint workshop. I am doing well. I'm going to try to do this fast today because I need to get out to the book festival before it closes. So we'll see how this goes. I wasn't sure if I was even going to be able to do this because my little handheld microphone that I need to just getting out some of these colored primers. I couldn't find it. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do videos without sound because my camera sound is really bad. Okay, so I think I'm going to put down some color first today. You left the book festival video. I might need how to deal with your 91-year-old grandma who is really annoying. Well, she's 91 years old. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm just going to put some purple down. Yeah, I'm just going to do purple, maybe some purple and pink, and then cut the eyes with maybe gold or, yeah. So Mooney, what do you need advice with your grandma? I'm going back far with this purple just because I've noticed I need more color on the sides. And, I should have, oh well. I'm going to freehand this today. And of course, my nose isn't cut straight. Sometimes makes you feel so mad at her. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess the best advice is just not to, it's just when you're feeling that way, just to exit the situation. if that's possible. Yeah, I have no living grandparents. Although I have an aunt, my Aunt Tosh is in her 90s. It's still very smart as a whip. She's a Japanese American, of course. Tosh is short for Toshiko, and was in the relocation camps during World War II, which all Japanese Americans were. Um, but interesting enough, her husband, also Japanese American, was was in the service in the European corridor, of course. And I believe she was let out of the camps early because her husband was a war hero. And I guess the government didn't think it was appropriate to have the wife of a war hero be in a relocation camp. But for some reason, they relocated her to Wisconsin, where, of course, she didn't know anyone, and the weather is not something she was used to. Really wild history. Feel like I want to join her company. And your cat says hi. I love your cat. She thinks my room is messy. No men will love me. Maybe you should just ignore that stuff. Homophobic. Yeah, ignore it the best you can. Good advice, Lori. You need to be the bigger person. Yeah, and don't try to change a 91-year-old woman either. I mean, she's not going to change her ways. Distance yourself. I'm afraid to hit her because sometimes I'm angry and can hurt people. Okay, well, definitely exit the situation if you're feeling that way. Your mom and dad understand it. Yeah. Someone in your family does not give them the right to treat you bad. You have the right to take actions to distance yourself. I think this is all good advice. Okay, so I don't know what I'm doing here. So I was thinking purple. Why does it look so patchy on this side? I think that's just the lighting. Now that I am older, I'm getting toxic people out of your life. No longer talk to your brother or one of your sisters. She doesn't like to go to a regiment home because she thinks they are too old. That's funny. Okay, so I think I'm going to try to blend this out with a little bit of pink. And maybe some white. Okay, so how are everyone's reading going? I've read, what have I read? Finished Fairy Tale, if you saw my video on it. Oh, and I read None of the Ninth, which I personally liked more than what's the other one? Gideon, Hair of the Ninth. Mostly because I like the voice. In Nona the Ninth. My favorite still is going to be Gideon. But I have to say, I really respect the author for experimenting with different types of just experimenting with writing, experimenting with prose, experimenting with story structure. But the voice in Nona the Ninth is sort of this young girl. It almost is like a child. Reading Babel, yay! I loved Babel. I really did like Babel a lot. Children of Men in Life by Liu Yao. Redressing America's Frontier, about trans men and women in the Wild West. Interesting. I've read 2 books on your third, which I think, oh, okay, let me know what it is. My dog says hello. Your pets are talking to each other. Love that. Children of Men are very different from the movie. Reading it came from the closet, nonfiction about horror movies and I guess queer cinema. I'm sure Tam Samir had so much fun writing the Locked Tomb series. The memes and the Bible references are extraordinary. Yeah, I just a fascinating writer. I personally, I mean, the plots are just so complex and convoluted. That's not personally my favorite type of plot, but like I said, I can appreciate it. Oh, speaking of cinema, Amazon Prime has a new show out called Peripheral. And I didn't realize it, but it's based on a William Gibson book. The cyberpunk author wrote Mona Lisa Overdrive and Neuromancer. But I remember I DNF'd that book because I couldn't get into the characters. They just weren't speaking to me. And maybe I just wasn't in the mood, but it's different when oh, I don't like this. When a story is, of course, interpreted by actors and directors and screenwriters, because I'm kind of liking the Amazon Prime show, even though I didn't like I couldn't get into the book. And it's an interesting premise. The premise is this virtual reality game isn't virtual reality. You're actually the virtual reality game is actually projecting you 80 years into the future to control this robot to do these secret missions, something like that. And once the future taps into the past, it creates an alternate history. And if I'm remembering the book right, I'm not sure if they're getting into it in the movie or the TV show. The further along the timelines diverge, the harder it is to make that connection. Something like that. But anyway, that's what I'm watching on Amazon Prime. I can't find. Oh, here's this what I was looking for. Hey, Lex, ordered the Stephen King book. I didn't mind it. I liked it. I mean, it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't my favorite Stephen King. But for me, I read it for the characters. Which Stephen King, in my opinion, always seems to excel at. And I always forget how good he is at developing the characters until I read him. Or reread him. Final ratings for Rings of Power, 7 out of 10. I'll go with that. I can see that. I mean, I so wish they just wrote an original fantasy. I don't know why well, I know why. But it takes so many liberties with the lore that someone who really loves the Lord of the Rings world, like me, has issues. You and your wife loved Rings of Power. Terrific. Send the cover of your book inbox. Okay, keep an eye out for it. Only on episode 4, and I read some spoilers. Now I regret it. Dead End or Owl House? Don't know either of those. Oh, is Dead End the an animated thing on Netflix? I might have seen some of those. Oh, I love Clive Barker. Magica, Weave World. Good left, 9 out of 10. Yeah, I think I do prefer House of the Dragon over Rings of Power. But again, I'm not invested in the Rings of Power. I mean, I'm not as invested in the House of the Dragon or Game of Thrones world as I am in Lord of the Rings. But I get the sense that they're following sort of the George R. R. Martin lore more than the Tolkien lore. I know this looks patchy over here, but I swear I think it's the lighting. Yeah, because you're seeing like a glare from the light here. Anyway. Dead End on Netflix. Yeah, I remember that because one of my favorite drag queens, Coco Peru, was one of the voice actors. And Coco Peru is in a drag race drag queen, just a old-time classic drag queen. Spaceballs, a novel. I had no idea that was a book. Such a silly movie. Mel Brooks. Of course, in my opinion, his best was Young Frankenstein. Although I like Blazing Saddles and History of the World a lot too. Young Frankenstein, I actually saw his the theatrical show. He did a musical version of Young Frankenstein. Okay, so sorry, trying to figure out what I'm doing here. Have a handful of Love, Death, and Robots to go. Oh, that was a good one. I like those. Yeah, I like those shorts. Okay, I think this is what I'm going to do for the purple. And let me jump to eyeliner. Oh, and the other one is, speaking of Netflix, is the Black Mirror. Love Black Mirror, except for the first episode of the first season. Skip it. Trust me, skip it. But but other episodes are very thought-provoking. Okay, so what am I doing? Okay, guys, I'm going to lean forward and try to figure this out. Okay, that is wackadoodle. Oh boy. Okay, it's somewhat even. I'm going to go in with some black. So I tried to do this fast. Oh boy. The Dude Bros didn't like it because, what were we talking about? Oh, She-Hulk. Yeah, I saw She-Hulk. I watched it mostly because of the actress, Tatiana something or other, who was in one of my favorite science fiction shows from the BBC called Orphan Black. Absolutely love that show. Think she's a terrific actor. And I liked She-Hulk. It's more like a parody. Well, not like a parody. It's a parody of the superhero genre. That really likes to break the fourth wall. Especially the last episode. They just went bonkers on the breaking the fourth wall. And which may or may not be your cup of tea. I think it's fine once in a while. I don't like starting TV series until I'm confident that a show will not be canceled. Yep. I have to look up Owl House. Haven't even heard of it. Over the Garden Wall. It's a great show. Miniseries are good because there's no chance. Right. Yeah. Because there's just a set storyline. Not a big fan of TV. Grew up reading She-Hulk comics. I read some She-Hulk, but definitely, I don't think I got any of her standalone comics. Looking for books on pop culture. Interesting. Waiting for next year is when my favorite superhero gets his own show, and his name is Wonder Man. I am really not that familiar with Wonder Man. Oh, you know what's the fun superhero movie is Shazam. Okay, should I cut this crease? Is Lori here? Lori, should I cut this crease? I think since I may be going out, I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease. By cut the crease, I mean with my cellar water. Oh, there's Lori. Looks good, but up to you. So you're just you. Wonder Woman. Yeah, wasn't that a good movie? I mean, that was sort of a comic movie as well, but it wasn't really a parody, but it was fun. It was funny. Do you guys like it when shows break the fourth wall? I guess some books do it too. I don't really find it that often there. Though I guess anything in second person is considered breaking the fourth wall. I think it's always interesting the first time you ever see any type of media that breaks the fourth wall is you either love it or hate it. What was that play? I think it's Thornton Wilder. Oh my God, I completely forgot. But it's an older play that sort of traces the life of the, I guess, average American or average family. But it starts in the Stone Age, or not the Stone Age. It starts in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, and then goes through like an Ice Age, and goes through Cain and Abel. But it constantly is breaking the fourth wall. Okay. John Waters has, I've never read anything by John Waters. He would be great for pop culture, though. That means when like someone in the show or the play or the book talks directly to you, like it turns to face the camera and starts talking to you about sort of the production and sort of behind the scenes, where it almost becomes like you see the show within the show. It's probably a terrible explanation. Calling the specials. Oh, with Rob Lowe. I'll have to look that one up. You can also know like they are in a TV show. Yeah. Like talking to the audience. The old movie Top Secret. Oh, speaking of Mel Brooks in, if you've seen Blazing Saddles, at the end, it goes off the rails and you see them filming the show and then they run onto another studio stage that's breaking the fourth wall. Okay, so what was I going to do? Oh, it's going to cut it with gold and yellow maybe. Hold on. Just picking out my glitter. I know I've done this before with purple, and it turned out pretty good. Oops. Okay, so I have a dark gold, a bright gold, Oh, y'all, I bought so much glitter. It's ridiculous. Okay. It's 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to use yellow. I think that would be a mistake. So interesting seeing me get ready for glitter. Okay, so let me paint some orange on the lids as a base. Might be going soon. Have a great weekend. Yes, you too, Mooney. Oh, Enola. Oh, I almost forgot. My husband and I watched A School for Good and Evil on Netflix last night. And yes, I did read the book. 6 out of 10, maybe. I mean, especially comparing it to the book. They made some choices that I don't really understand. Because the book, the premise of the book is fairy tales are created in this sort of magic, this magic school where villains and heroes and princesses are trained. And there's a magic pen that sort of writes the stories controlled by the schoolmaster. And the premise is that every so often readers get drawn into the magic school and participate in being trained as someone that's in one of the roles, fairy tale roles. And the two protagonists, one is this blonde, sort of fair-skinned girl who dreams about being a princess, and the other character is sort of this homely girl who is sort of treated like a witch, and she kind of wants to be a witch. And these two girls are actually best friends. And when they get chosen to go to the School of Good and Evil, they're reversed. So the homely girl goes to the Princess Academy, and the little princess girl goes to the School of Evil. So I'm going to blame the director and not the actor who played Agatha. First of all, you know that they're never going to cast a real homely person in any of these roles, which is fine. I mean, it's Hollywood. But I think it would have been much more effective if she played the role like Wednesday Addams. Really droll, dry, deadpan. Humor. But instead, the Agatha character was played I think they wanted her to be more relatable. And the princess girl was more over the top. But I don't know. I just think it was a little too, I mean, it wasn't Disney, but it was just a little too Hollywood interpretation of the School of Good and Evil, in my opinion. One surprise, if you're into RuPaul's Drag Race, one of the characters was one of the contestants on the UK version of RuPaul's Drag Race. And the drag name was Scaredy Cat. But I noticed that Scaredy Cat, and he played a male role, but he also took down all the social media, all his drag stuff. So I don't know what's up with that. Okay. I'm just setting this with some eyeshadow, then I'll put on the glitter glue and see what happens. Favorite scene in Top Secret was when the camera was showing everyone's boots running around and they started to do a dance number. No sprechen, Sandra. Need Britta here. Been watching Trixie Mattel videos, especially the one about toys and easy bake ovens. Oh, wonderful. Trixie showed off your friend's artwork on her channel. She seems like a very generous drag queen. Yeah, her and Katya. Okay, so lighter white, orange. Oh, this doesn't look lighter. Okay, that was not what I wanted. Darn, I really don't have a transition. Yes, I do. Oops. Kind of yellowish, but that's okay. I'm going to go to white. Okay. Type of artwork does your friend do? Character art, comic illustration, stickers and buttons. I wish I was good at art. Music or languages. Me too. Me too. Okay. So okay, we're going to actually need that. Color switcher. Moment of truth. Time for the glitter. Let's start Okay, so that's one eye done. One thing I know that's going to happen, because it's so dry here in Las Vegas, and if I go out to this book fair, I know this is going to look really crusty in real life. Okay. Start again. Because I am of a certain age, so I have a lot of like creases and folds in these eyes. Okay, I know it looks kind of crazy on this StreamYard thing, but it does look better in person. Not to say we're done yet. But let's start filling this in. Oh, by the way, I did enjoy talking about Prayer for the Crown Shy last week. So if there's any, I think it's good to do novellas. I think, Lynette, you said something about short stories. I don't think everyone's into short stories, but maybe another novella. Okay, let me switch to the Chroma Paint. We no longer know how to use the quadratic. Oh, math. I loved algebra. I used to be able to multiple a 4-digit number by another 4-digit number in your head. I've never been able to do that. And to rest your feet from walking at Retropalooza. I was always good at math. I never really liked math. I remember I took calculus in college and impressed people because I was an English major and I got an A in the class. But for the life of me, I don't know why I took that class. Other than maybe I was like I felt like I was expected to. It's like, oh, you've always been good at math. You got to take calculus, and you really didn't need to as an English major, at least at the University of Maryland. Sometimes I wondered, well, did I really just take math because it was expected of me because I'm Asian? Okay, so I'm going to take surely I can use another brush. Trying to reuse some of these brushes so I don't have to clean 20 brushes like I usually do. But okay, well, hopefully lashes will make this look come together. But let me see what people are saying. I think people who are good at math are often good at library classifications. That kind of makes sense. Love cataloging books. Sounds probable. I taught logic. Oh, that's interesting. You know what I hated? I hated statistics. Teaching is an impressive skill. Do not disagree. Even though I was good at math, I wasn't great at statistics. Or maybe it was just my teacher. Because I was actually a double major with English and journalism. And one of the things you have to take in journalism college is statistics. Oops. Um, I think I'm just going to go with this. I can't be here forever. It's already over an hour. Okay, so lips. So your teacher was statistics. Okay, good, good. I had a teacher at uni when taking statistics who made the method so interesting. Oh, I want that teacher. Wow. Fair and careful statistics. And there it is. Need a pencil sharpener. Okay, I want to concentrate. I don't want to screw up the lips. Oh, I think I made them too big. Okay. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm just going to go with the red lipstick. I'm not going to be fancy. In my search for cheap lipstick, I found this Maybelline. It's supposed to be opaque. I just want something really opaque. Okay. Hopefully this liquid lipstick will dry down. Okay. Where am I going? Oh, I know. I wanted to put a little bit of highlighter on. These lips really are not symmetrical. It's kind of bugging me. Leave well enough alone. Okay, I'm going to put on some fresh lashes. Fit to be red's here, yay! Take myself up to shampooing your carpets. Ooh. Your carpet cleaner started to smoke. Oh my God. You're forced to read. With a lawyer. Wow. Ordered a new shampooer. It's cheaper than getting the professionals in. Isn't that crazy? I mean, we can't have any types of carpets around because the cat will pee on it. I mean, even a throw rug. The only thing she doesn't pee on are like outdoor carpets that are kind of hard. But it kind of sucks because we really can't have any type of carpet. I mean, it has to be all hardwood. our vinyl or whatever. Oh, come on. Cooperate. Okay, hopefully that looks train them up. Okay. So the wig I pulled out is that big white one. And I got these, I found these, I think they're on eBay, but I got a bunch of different colors of these really big, like pearl, it's like nice draggy. And this wig is supposed to be like Dolly Parton's hairstyle on 9 to 5. Okay, let me try to zoom out. Oops. This isn't what I'm going to wear to the book fair, by the way. Where are the gloves? Oh, some earrings. I'm going to wear these earrings to the fair because they're really light. I mean, they look big, but they're light. Okay. Just seeing like little motes of hair drifting down. Okay. Oh, actually, let me put on these. And you can't tell on camera. Hopefully you can't, but these are really not the cleanest gloves in the world. Can't tell if I like these, if the lips are really, not going to worry about it. Okay, so this is the final look. I have my big, allegedly Dolly Parton wig. We have pink and purple with the gold glitter cut crease. And you may see me out in the wild at the book festival in Las Vegas later today. Okay, so thank you, Lori. Thank you, Sandra. Thank you, Lynette. Looking forward to the book fair video. Thank you. Thank you, Fit. I'll see you hopefully next week. And as usual, may all the books you read be